Have a job interview tomorrow, but no current resume? Want to find your great-great-great-grandmother's birthplace? Getting questions from your kindergartner about slimy creatures of every sort? Use our databases. The Birmingham Public Library subscribes to dozens of databases, providing access to a wealth of reliable information on topics ranging from business to biographies, animals to automobiles, and maps to music. In the following video, we will show you how you can make the most of our databases, and you won't have to be a computer wizard to do it. We now join our database conversation in progress.
So, why bother with all these databases anyway? Can't I just Google it?
Well, you can, but when you search online for something, how many results do you usually get?
About a gabillion, give or take?
Alright, so you usually have to refine your search, maybe more than once, if you don't want to wade through 10,000 pages of results. Now, let's say you've found your needle in the haystack and picked an information source. How do you know the information it provides is good information?
Well, I guess I'd have to decide if it's coming from something or someone I already trust.
Exactly. Using quality databases, such as the ones available through our website, takes care of those two problems at the same time. You automatically narrow down your search by using a particular database, and you already know it's good quality information because the databases we use are professionally created and maintained.
Okay, so where are these databases anyway? Where do I start?
The easiest way to get to our databases is through our website at www.bplonline.org.
Whoa, okay. Let me type that in. Okay, I've got the website pulled up. Now what?
Okay, you see all those links in the upper right corner of the page? The ones in white letters?
Yep.
Left-click once on the database link. Now, the databases page has lots of information on it, but it's all meant to do one thing: help you pick the database which will be most useful to you in your current search. Let's start with the first main option you come across as you look down the databases page. In the middle of the screen, you should see a search box called Supersearch.
I see it. Do I click on it?
Not yet. I'm just giving you an overview for the moment. We've grouped our databases in lots of different ways, so you can narrow down your choices to a manageable range, and then pick one from there. These groupings are arranged in different places on the screen.
Wow, I see all kinds of links here. How do I pick?
It probably depends on what kind of search you're performing. If you're, say, a high school student writing a report on a particular country, you'll use the databases in a different way than if you were trying to find out more about a medical condition for your personal well-being. Here are the main ways to get around the database page: Supersearch, Database Quick Links, and Subject List. If you scroll down a bit, you'll also see a text box on the right side of the screen labeled Other Resources. In it, you'll find links to some, well, other resources, e-journals, and subject guides.
That's a lot of tools in the toolbox.
There's a lot of information here. We want you to be able to find what you need quickly. Providing more than one way to tackle your search is a good way to make that possible. Let's start with the first tool I mentioned, Supersearch.
Okay, so what does it do?
It's a little like Google or Yahoo or any of the other search engines a lot of people use. Supersearch goes through all our databases, looking for your search terms, and then displays the results.
Perfect. Why would I mess around with anything else then?
Well, remember how I said that one of the advantages of using a database instead of an online search engine is that you probably won't have to refine your search nearly as much? Using Supersearch means that you'll probably have to go back and refine your search because you'll probably get a whole bunch of results. Fortunately, Supersearch will tell you how many results it gets in each of the databases. So if you get nothing in the first 10 databases, it'll tell you that. And if you get 1,000 results in the 14th database it tries, it'll tell you that too. Then you can go to whichever database got the most results and try your search there. Supersearch is a way you can start your search if the other tools don't seem to be helping, but it's probably not the most efficient way to find what you're after.
Okay, so tell me about the other tools.
Clicking on the Database Quick Links pull-down menu lets you scroll through all our databases. You can pick the one you want and go straight to it by clicking on the gray Go button on the right. If you find yourself using the same database again and again, this is a good way to save yourself a few steps.
That seems pretty clear. What next?
The subject list is a collection of lists of databases grouped by subject material. Clicking on a subject will pull up links to the databases on that subject. If you click on, say, en español, the system will display databases which can provide information in Spanish. Click on the link to the database you think best suits your needs, and you're off and running.
Okay, and what about those last two? The ones you find under other resources?
Right, e-journals and subject guides. E-journals provides you with access to full-text articles from over 1,000 journals, magazines, and newspapers. It allows you to select the title you wish to search, and then the databases in which you can find the issues we have on file.
And what about subject guides? How are they different from subject lists?
I have to admit, the subject guides are my favorite database tool. Remember how choosing a subject from the subject list displayed links to databases? Well, the subject guides do pretty much the same thing, only better. Clicking on a subject on the left side of the screen displays not only databases on your subject, but also books, websites, journals, and more.
Nice. All right, this all sounds pretty good. But what about the actual databases? Once I finally pick one, how do I use it?
A lot of the databases can do different things and look different from each other, but they all share a core of similar functions. Usually, positioned somewhere near the top of the page will be a text field where you can enter your search terms. It's usually labeled something like Quick Search or Basic Search or just Search. There's plenty more that you can do with the databases, and we'll go into more detail in the next tutorial. In the meanwhile, if you have more questions, you can check out our frequently asked questions on the databases page. If that doesn't do the trick, click on Ask a Librarian. Your emailed question will be answered by a real flesh and blood librarian.
Excellent. Now get out of the way. It's my turn.